Located in Western Peninsular Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur is the capital and economic center of Malaysia. It is a place where aspiration and struggle exist side by side, creating a layered urban identity that constantly shifts between opportunity and survival. This tension is central to Abang Adik, which uses Kuala Lumpur not simply as a backdrop, but as a living environment that shapes its characters' identities, limitations, and hopes. Released in 2023 and directed by Malaysian filmmaker Jin Ong, Abang Adik follows two undocumented brothers navigating life in Kuala Lumpur. Ong was drawn to this story because it exposes a reality that contrasts sharply with the city's polished global image. Rather than focusing on spectacle or glamour, the film highlights intimate, everyday struggles. Construction sites, cramped apartments, back alleys, and informal work. The story centers on Abang, played by Wu Kang Ren, the older brother, patient and self-sacrificing, and Adik, played by Jack Tan, the younger brother, impulsive and frustrated by their undocumented status. Without legal papers, they survive by doing odd jobs while living under constant fear of arrest or deportation. Abang accepts their situation with quiet resilience, while Adik resents the system that denies them recognition. Their relationship becomes the emotional core of the film, two responses to marginalization unfolding within the same city. So hey guys, when you go to Malaysia, I want to warn you guys. So when we first came, we knew pretty much nothing. We needed a way to get to the hotel. It was like 12 a.m. We're tired. We just wanted to get to the hotel, right? And when you get to the taxi stand in the airport, do not use it because it's actually overpriced, and they do it on purpose because they know that like tourists don't know anything, right? We paid about like almost $90 for an hour-long ride. Like it was actually crazy. So if you want to get around Malaysia, download an app called Grab. It's pretty much the Malaysian version of Uber, and the prices and rates are much more fair than the airport stand. So yeah, see you guys later, and be cautious, guys. Malaysia does not only have interesting locations, but also diverse cuisine.
Okay guys, so here we are in Malaysia. So this restaurant is called White and Black Gampang Heritage.
And so this is traditional Malaysian food, and this is actually very, very high end. So this is probably not the same as like the food that the locals eat, but it still has a bunch of dishes like that is considered traditional.
My dish is like some kind of aromatic fried rice with chicken, and I tried a little bit of the chips, and I think some kind of like fishy flavor, maybe shrimp, maybe dried fish, something like that. So it looks really, really good, and I want to try it right now. Okay, that is really nice. So this rice has what's it called, bean sprouts. I can feel some ginger too, some onions, and the flavor is super nice, super refreshing. And the main part of the dish is, I think, the chicken. The chicken looks super, super nice. So I'll take the wing, which is like a whole chicken wing. So the skin is super, super crispy. The meat is nice, tender, and pretty juicy. The chicken is really good. I have this eggplant dish too. I think it's like eggplant fried with soy sauce. So let's try. Great. The eggplant is cooked to perfection. The soy sauce definitely has a lot of ginger in it. So I think like ginger is used in a lot of like Malaysian dishes, right?
So this is the shredded beef curry, and I think it's coconut based, which is very, very common for a lot of Southeast Asian curries, like Thai curries and Penang curry, which is another Malaysian curry. And I think it's also like stock base, like beef stock base. So I'm gonna dig in. I'm gonna first try some of the beef on its own. The beef is tender. It has a very nice and smoky flavor. The curry is a little bit savory and a little bit sweet. And it's actually not that spicy. It might be a little bit spicy, but it's actually surprisingly not that spicy. Not as spicy as I expected it to be. I would assume that a lot of Southeast Asian countries, they really like spice, right? I'm gonna try some curry with some of the rice. That's delicious. It's nice, sweet, a little salty, and the flavor and the texture is very rich, and it's very, very creamy tasting.
So in Malaysia, food standards are a little bit lower than usual, right? So you need to be super, super cautious when choosing a place to eat. So check the reviews, check the star rating on Google, but make sure the place is clean. And you know, a lot of Chinese places here are very clean. I would even say most of them. And also, when you order drinks, never ever order ice. Because for example, Monty and Jason, they already got sick from ordering drinks with ice, unfortunately. So you have to be super careful about that.
Hey, Assalamu alaikum guys. So right now I'm in the taxi and right now we're going to Pudu. So the taxi price is around 9 RM, which is around like $3. It's actually like a very cheap price. And remember to download the app called Grab. The weather in Malaysia, it rains every single day. Every single day, no exceptions. Like we've been here for the 4 days, it rains every single day. So make sure that you bring your umbrella.
One of the most significant real-life spaces reflected in the film's atmosphere is Kuala Lumpur's traditional wet markets. Wet markets, known locally as Pasar Basah, are open-air or semi-enclosed markets where vendors sell fresh produce, seafood, and meat, often laid out on wet concrete floors, washed regularly with water. These markets are not just commercial spaces, they are social ecosystems. They reflect Kuala Lumpur's multicultural identity, with Malay, Chinese, Indian, and migrant vendors working side by side. The wet market environment mirrors the Brothers' world in Abang Adik. It is busy, communal, and independent on informal networks of trust.
Hey guys, so we're here at the Pudu Wet Market in Kuala Lumpur. This is actually one of the locations where Abang Adik was filmed.
Actually, quite a lot of the film was filmed here. If you remember, Abang actually worked here, I think, in one of the stalls, like cutting food.
Let's explore a little bit of this place. I'm actually super curious.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So, as you can see, this is actually a very multicultural area. It feels very, very lived in.
Yeah.
Like, you can see like a mix of Chinese, local Malaysians, and Indians, all just, you know, getting by, selling their foods, trying to make a living. This is definitely not a tourist spot, but I think that's the beauty of this place.
Yeah.
It's very, very local.
Yeah, from what we heard, this place was actually kind of dangerous before, right?
Yeah.
But now, I think it got much better.
Yeah, I think it got gentrified in the last like 10, 20 years around.
Yeah, probably. Like, I'm walking here and I don't feel like I'm unsafe, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
But like, I guess the only thing is that this is considered a rougher area.
Yeah,
but I think it's fine.
Definitely.
Like if you want to actually experience the local culture, you should try coming here. So in the film Abang Adik, the two main characters were illegal Chinese immigrants. So they actually had to work in a place like this, in literally like this market, to go make a living, to get by, and while they waited to hopefully get their papers. But you could see, like, you know, the everyday hustle of the people. And this area perfectly matches that idea, that story beat that they're trying to portray with the film.
Okay, so here we are in one of the Malaysian apartment buildings. I think it's pretty similar to the one that both Abang and Adik lived together in, right? Unfortunately for a lot of Malaysians and Chinese immigrants especially, this is just the reality of life. They had to live like this in similar apartment buildings.
So we're about to leave the Pudu Wet Market, and what did you think, Vlad?
Well, this is definitely not a nice area. But
Yeah.
you know, I didn't actually feel like I'm in danger.
Yeah.
The atmosphere here, I would say it's kind of even like a little bit cozy. What do you think?
I think it has its own charm for sure. I wouldn't say like I felt completely safe the entire time. Like personally, I felt like there could have been some sketchy people, but I feel like that's like almost anywhere you go. If you ever come to an area like this, always keep your wits about you and stay vigilant.
Yeah.
Because you never know.
Yeah, that's very good advice. Always keep your hands on your phones, your belongings, and be vigilant.
And
very vigilant.
try to stay in the populated areas.
Oh yeah.
Try to stay in the populated areas because if you go to like an unpopulated area and you get mugged, no one's gonna see it, right?
Yeah.